Well, hello, folks. It's Sheriff Eddie McGuire. It's about 9 o'clock on a Tuesday night when I'm recording this. The kids are headed to bed, so it's about the only quiet time we get sometimes when you got rambunctious 12-year-olds. So, been a couple weeks since I've been on here. Been hitting the campaign trail really hard, been working hard for your vote. Seems like every day we're getting sign requests, t-shirt requests. Looking forward to the next almost 3 months. But let me tell you, it's going to be here lickety split. May 17th. I'll be here before you know it. Spread the word. Tell your friends. Wanted to talk tonight real quick. I'm going to try to make it real quick, but you know me. Let's talk about the number one thing that I've been asked on the campaign trail is, what are you going to do about 911? And I briefly mentioned that in a previous video about, the problems with 911 have nothing to do with the employees that work there, the team members that answer the phone when you call 911 or when you call for a police officer. The issue, the controversy happens at the top with the ones who are responsible for managing the budgets and the monies. And you may hear my dog. He doesn't like when I shut the door on him, so you may hear a little bit of whining. But what are we going to do about 911? And as most of you know, there's an ordinance that was passed. I think it was passed in fall of 2019. I know it was my first year in office, sometime late. And what that did is that allowed, per the ordinance, if everything goes through, it allows the fiscal court to put a $7 a month fee onto your electric bill. So that's $84 a year per electric meter. There's obviously some exceptions, exemptions, more than 1 meter on a property, that kind of thing. But basically $84 a year was the thing. Now that's, a lot of us aren't paying what we need to be paying for 911. Landlines is the biggest resource for income for the 911 for the county. So obviously, I don't have a landline. A lot of folks don't. It's a tax on the folks who still have those landlines and the businesses that have to have them. The issue with the ordinance is the $84. Now, my grandmother has a landline still, and she's not paying $84 a year for 911. But now that will come off of her landline fee, but you're still going to add quite a bit to that. And to me, that's no different than raising taxes. I've heard some other candidates in different races say, no way will I ever vote for a tax increase. Well, I mean, with the exception of, I believe Commissioner Spraggs is the only one that didn't vote for that ordinance. And it was because of the excessiveness of the fee and the excessiveness of the budget that the 911 director had put in to justify that fee. Going through it, I don't know everything about 911, but going through that budget, it's easy to see the excessiveness of it. I've heard a little bit about the tax cut that we had, and we did, and it's a good thing. But what happened is on your property tax bills, it went from 0.094 to 0.092. So basically what that boils down to is for every $100,000 that your house is valued at, the fiscal court, the general fund there collects $94 of that. And I know you may be saying, well, I've got a $100,000 house and my tax bill's $1,100. Well, the majority of that is for fire districts and school districts and libraries. Most of the things on your real estate tax bill that the sheriff collects does not go back to the general fund. Like I say, $94 out of every $100,000 that your taxes assessed. So you getting about 9%, 8% of what you pay is actually going back there. But when they dropped that, to put that in kind of simple math, your tax went from $94 per $100,000 to $92. So you're saving $2 a year if you have a $100,000 house. If you have a $200,000 house, you're saving $4 a year. If you have a $300,000 house, $6 a year, and so forth. That is a good thing, but, over here lurking is that 911 ordinance, that's going to cost you an extra, $50 a year, even if you have a landline. So I guess I would pause to say, let's do our homework. When it comes time for May 17th, let's look at financial efficiency. Financial efficiency is spending money on the things you should be spending it on. Don't neglect the things that you should be spending it on, as well as not spending it on things that you don't need. And as you all know, 911's been in the news countless times. Even the commissioners have voted a few things down there. And I take it seriously when someone, or when anyone, any elected official is taking money out of your pocket, and then the money, at least that we've spent so far on this same entity, has not been spent in a financially efficient way, in no shape or form. You've got a lot of things that are in that 911 building that were unneeded. We've all heard about the ice makers and the chairs, and the dining room tables and the recliners and all these things that are in there that we just didn't need. You can go in the sheriff's office lobby and there's 4 plastic chairs sitting there that Sheriff Byers probably gave a couple $100 a piece for them. But you can go in the 911 center and there's 4 reclining type of chairs in the very front lobby. You go through that lobby into the next room and there's 2 wingback chairs sitting in the corner. You go in the dining room, there's a 12-person dining room table. And this is, all in a building where most of the time, 99% of the time, there's going to be 3 or 4 people working. And, it's just not mad at anybody. It's just the facts. And, you've got to have a fiscal court that nips that in the bud. I've always been told, and I've been trained in leadership training, what you allow is what you encourage. You've allowed these spendings to happen. I know Commissioner Spraggs catches a lot of flack because he seems to be, a lot of times, except for a couple exceptions, the lone wolf and saying, hey, we're spending too much money. But if you allow that to happen, there's certain individuals and certain entities that will take advantage of that and go and spend until you finally say no. And, we should have done that a couple years ago. We had an ordinance, or I'm sorry, not an ordinance. We had a petition or a letter of no confidence in an individual about a year and a half ago. The first responders as a whole saw that 911 was not going in the direction it needs to go, because there's still things, even a year and a half after that, we let the community know. And when I say the first responders, 150 of us took the time to sign this letter, and it nothing changed. So, instead of, complaining about it, we kind of just stayed quiet until now. Now is the time for change. The only time that we can make these changes is to make it at the ballot box. And that's why I'm asking for your vote. And it's not just the 911. It's, we can make improvements in every entity of the fiscal court and every entity that the fiscal court oversees. So I would appreciate your vote on May the 17th of 2022. And we will certainly look forward to seeing you on the campaign trail. If you have any questions, shoot them to me, 270-703-1751. You never know, I may do a video about it. So once again, I spent 10, 11 minutes here. So we'll get off here. We'll wish you a good Tuesday night. It may be Wednesday morning before you see this, so it's probably going to be temperature dropping, and be careful on the ice. We'll just be, let's be praying for the road department. I know they're going to be out busy trying to keep the roads clear. It's going to be rough the next couple of days. Let's remember our linemen too, from West Kentucky and Benton Electric and Jackson Purchase, all those folks that are going to have to be out there during the inevitable power outages when we get ice. So God bless you guys. Have a good night. We look forward to hearing from you and seeing you soon.